It's tea time with Tracey. Tea time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. It's tea time with Tracey. Tea time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Tea time with Tracey. Tea time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. It's tea time with Tracey. Tea time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time with Tracey Morning Tea. I am your host, Tracey Hines, coming to you Facebook Live. It is now, I believe, to be let's see what the hour is. I believe it is now 7:45. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but welcome to Tea Time with Tracey Morning Tea. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. I am your reminder every Monday through Friday between the hours of 6:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. You will find me here on Facebook Live reminding you that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Let me remind you, we are amongst the land of the living. If you're here and you're able to see this live or to even hear my voice, that means you amongst the land of the living, and you have another chance to do something that you've never done before. I was looking at Proverbs 1:16, I believe it is. No. Proverbs 16 and 20. And I thought it was a good thing to bring before you today. Proverbs 16 and 20 says, "Those who listen to instruction will prosper. Those who trust the Lord will be joyful," which is the same thing as happy as he who puts his trust in the Lord. That is the way that you prosper. So I'm going to ask you today that you be mindful of, that you follow the instructions, and you make yourself happy in the Lord and trust him. Trust the Lord. Trust him with all your heart. Trust him in all that you do. Set aside everything else and sit down and say, "God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you with this day." Why? Because this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. I always tell you, start your day off, sit back, relax. I know somebody might be in their car, they may be on the train or the buses. Make sure you have your cup of joe or your cup of tea, which I have a cup of joe today, and start your day. Listen, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. You want to make sure that you start your day properly, giving God praise, giving him glory, acknowledging that you are amongst the land of the living, and you have a chance to do something great, do something you've never done before, but recognize yesterday is gone, tomorrow may never come. All you have is today, and that is your now. On my Tea Time Morning Tea, I see you coming in, viewers. I appreciate you, but I will acknowledge you when you come on to my show at 8 p.m. Today is Monday. Be sure to tune in on Monday at tonight at 8 p.m. for Tea Time with Tracey. We have some great discussions that we're going to be taking place, and I need my viewers' partnership. I need my viewers to come in and join in with me and discuss the matter that will be at hand. But this morning, I want all of my morning tea timers, that's what I'm going to call you, morning tea timers, to get your cup of joe, get your cup of tea, and make sure that you set the tone for the day. You determine your day. You set the day. And happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. Trust God with all your heart. Trust him in all that you do. Listen, I know You're saying to yourself, it's Monday, I had a beautiful weekend, and I gotta go to work, I gotta deal with my boss, gotta deal with my coworkers. But you know what? You have the ability to set the day. You have the ability to set the tone. You set the tone. That's right. No one outside of you shall have control over your day. Did you hear that? Do not let anyone have power of your day, because this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. You rejoice. You set the tone. You don't let anybody bust your bubble. You be a happy camper. You be joyous as you can be. Why? And you know what? Success come with that. Do you know what else I discovered? You know, it's true. I heard this years ago. Little girl. I believe my mama used to say it. She said, when you smile, the world smiles with you. And when you frown alone. So, the moral of that is when you're happy, everything around you seems joyful, everything around you. But when you're frowning and you're worrisome, you're pretty much there by yourself. So you might as well go ahead on and get yourself happy. Make yourself happy in the Lord. Why? Because this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. I'm not going to be before you long today. I just want you to take note and set the tone for your day. Go positive on every negative, and remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, and you shall rejoice and be glad in it. And remember, happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. You can't put your trust in everything around you. People can fail you, everything can go wrong, but you set the tone and how you will handle the matter. You do not let anything take you out of your comfort zone, take you out of the place where you have your joy and you have your peace. You set the tone for that. Yes, I know you feel a little weary in your body. Yes, I know you're feeling a little, maybe you gotten some bad news this morning. Yes, I understand the aches, the children, the work, just the load and just knowing all that is before you, what you're about to come up against. But I tell you, it all depends on how you set the tone. You determine how the day will be. You determine how things are going to be for you. Happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. Success comes when you trust in the Lord. You have to make sure that you remember, you rise up and teach your children. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And then you let your children know today we're going to be happy. Happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. Get your cup of joe, get your cup of tea. But just remember this, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And remember, happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. You have got to trust God with all of you, with all that you do, with all that you have, with all that you be. Trust him with everything. He will not fail you. Trust in the Lord on today, my brothers and my sisters. And I tell you, you'll be glad that you set that tone. And that is the first step of going positive on a negative. Yes, it is. It is the first step that you go positive on a negative. Happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. And remember, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Always remember, happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord. So, my brother and my sister, I'm going to sign off. Make sure that you make the right start today. Get your cup of joe, get your cup of tea, You could be in your car, you're on the bus, wherever you find yourself. I don't care how chaotic it may be. I don't care who's fussing, who's screaming, who's yelling. Sit back, relax, and say, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and I shall rejoice and be glad in it. And happy is he who puts his trust in the Lord." So I'm going to sign off. I see you tonight at 8 p.m. for Tea Time with Tracey. Oh, my. We are in for a treat. So be sure to tune in Facebook Live, Tracey Hines with Tea Time with Tracey. I see you then at 8 p.m. It's Tea Time with Tracey. Tea Time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. It's Tea Time with Tracey. Tea Time with Tracey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Tea Time with Tracey. Tea Time with Tracey.